Hello everyone, my name is Christina Hall and today we will be talking about the negativity of standardized testing in America. Everywhere we look in the world, we can see children running around and trying to prepare for tests, but not just any test. It's the standardized test at the end of the year. In Texas, the standardized test has just recently changed from the tax test to the STAR. Texas is not the only state that requires standardized testing, but is the one that I am the most personally experienced with. The National Report Card gives us a summary of all the test results from all states and the past results as well to help us understand the difference. The National Report Card within the summary has helped us realize how these tests are just hurting America and help us understand why they are hurting America. This is an issue in the United States because the pressure of these tests are now making learning harder for the students as well as for the teachers to teach. More than 30% of their time is focused on the test preparation. That came out of the California Teachers Association. Just recently, Texas has switched from the tax test to the STAR. The tax test had an 83% passing rate in 2013, while in 2014, the STAR only had a 21% pass rate, and with the STAR, in order to pass, you only had to obtain a 39%. Although it sounds good because the tax had such good results, the STAR no longer does. But why is this and what is the difference? The difference in the two tests in Texas is the pressure amongst them. The tax test, although it had a lot of pressure, the amount of time spent to prepare for it was a lot less than for the STAR. This can be seen in many other states. For example, the state of California's standardized tests have about the same results as the state of Texas has. And this is all caused by the pressure and the overloads that both the teachers and students are feeling. Imagine teaching a class but having to strictly teach on the books. You would no longer have the free time for activities or interactions with the students because you have to prep for the standardized test at the end of the year. Of course, teachers are able to still do activities with the students as long as it matches a strict TEK. All of those reading carpet times are no longer what the kids can have, unless, once again, it reverses back to a TEK. Now the state only wants to know how well the children are comprehending what they're reading, not if they're actually enjoying reading. It is strictly about results and funding, no longer about the child's well-being. So as a teacher, that free time you would have to allow your students is now gone. Their socialization time is also gone, and you must accept that. You must also be willing to give, on average, 30% of your classroom time just to test practice. And practicing problems and simply practicing to take the test to make sure your students reach the goal that your administration and the government would like you to reach. And this all can begin as soon as the second day of school and end the day up before testing. And that the California Teachers Association has noted that. That all sounds so stressful for the teachers, but take a second and think about the students. Many of you are parents, and you see what your students bring home. All over these states, the standardized tests are taken, so the pressure to pass each one in every state is at a rise. When comparing all the states' results from the test, you can see that many of them are not the scores that the education boards, teachers, or parents would really expect, especially in comparison to the past scores in the years and the rates that they must have in order to pass. Not only are the passing results and rates so low due to the standards and intensity of test taking, but also because of pressure that is put on everyone. This all leaves America with a negative reputation for our education system, and our students feel every aspect of it. Now let's look once again at America as a whole. How many Americans can say that they aced all their standardized tests throughout their years? Many actually cannot. Standardized tests are causing a strong rebellion from students. They no longer care about how high their grades are in every class, rather than their standardized test grades. Because they know that if they do not pass the test at the end of the year, no matter what, there is a chance they will not go on to the next grade. Although this was the same with the tax test, you also had to pass your classes. With the STAR, you do not. So this is causing a drop in GPA, also known as your grade point average, all across the country. The National Report Card can show you those facts. Not only are the students rebelling, but the teachers are reacting too. There has been an increase of educators leaving the education system due to the pressure and disagreement with standardized testing. The National Education Association gives us those facts as well. It was stated that at least 50% of educators in America's education system today would like to quit their job. And it's not because of the children, but because of the test and the pressure that they are under. It no longer feels like the children are learning broad ideas, rather they are just learning what the government and the states want them to. Now, take a second and remember back when you were in school, how much fun you had and the things you learned. Was it useful in life? The little subjects that your teachers would teach you on the side of what was in the curriculum, did they help you throughout life? If they did, then imagine having a world without them. So it can be seen that standardized testing is doing nothing but hurting America in many ways. The pressure as a whole, it is creating a failing reputation for America amongst other countries. When we look at our students and realize that we have a 21% passing rate in Texas when we can only pass with a 39%, how does that look to other countries like China where they're just blowing us out of the wind? It just does not look right. The test is also causing students to feel overpressured to do well, and that's causing a strain on their emotional and mental well-being. All they want to know is the teaks that they must learn, not how to survive in life. For the test is the only thing that they have to focus on in school. They no longer can focus on their extra activities as much because the test comes first. So either way we look at it, standardized testing is causing a toll on American students as well as parents and teachers. If your children are in school and you have these issues, then you can see very easily how standardized testing is hurting us. But if you don't have a student, then just imagine you having a child and not being able to teach them everything you want to because someone's controlling how you teach them and what to teach them. Standardized testing needs to be removed due to the fact it's hurting America in many ways. The education boards, teachers, and administration all need to understand and listen to everyone who is putting out ideas on ways to fix it. If the standardized testing was removed in America, I personally believe that our test results would go up and our students' grade point averages would as well. Thank you.